The movie opens with a tense, atmospheric scene inside a city, Gotham, on the brink of collapse. Several masked men prepare for a high-stakes bank robbery, their intentions hidden behind dark clothing and sinister masks. These criminals are no ordinary robbers. They are methodical, dangerous, and armed to the teeth. Their faces are obscured by masks, with each member fully aware of the plan's intricacies and their role in it. The tension mounts as they prepare to storm a major bank, carefully calculating their every move. But something disturbing unfolds soon after the robbery begins. As the heist progresses, the robbers systematically begin eliminating one another. The group's leader had planted the idea that the fewer the number of survivors, the greater the share for those left alive. This plan, executed with cold precision, ensures that only the most ruthless will be left standing. As the violence unfolds, one by one, the criminals turn on each other. The promise of a larger share tempts them to betray their fellow thieves. Trust, already fragile among such hardened criminals, completely disintegrates. Finally, only one masked man remains, the Joker, though his identity is not yet revealed. With deadly cunning, he ensures he is the sole survivor and makes his escape, taking with him all the money they had stolen. Throughout the robbery, the Joker's face remains concealed under his mask, adding to the mystery surrounding him. As he flees the scene, it becomes apparent that he is not just a simple thief. His actions were part of a larger, far more dangerous game, a game that will soon grip the entire city. At the same time that these crimes are being committed in Gotham, the city has known relative peace due to the efforts of a single man, Batman. The masked vigilante has been a powerful force against crime, cleaning up Gotham's streets, striking fear into the hearts of criminals, and giving hope to the city's citizens. His presence alone has kept many would-be wrongdoers at bay, as they know that the Dark Knight watches over them, always prepared to strike. However, this relative peace is fragile, as Gotham's underground criminal networks continue to operate in the shadows. With the Joker now on the rise, it becomes clear that this peace is about to be shattered in the most violent and chaotic way imaginable. Upon hearing about the bank robbery, Batman immediately contacts one of Gotham's trusted police officers, Lieutenant James Gordon. Gordon, a dedicated and moral man, has become one of Batman's closest allies in his fight against the city's criminal underworld. Together, they have forged an alliance to bring justice to Gotham, working tirelessly to protect the city. Gordon informs Batman about the details of the bank robbery, expressing his concerns about the underground criminal economy in Gotham. This shadowy network controls vast amounts of money, laundering their ill-gotten gains through legitimate businesses. These funds fuel Gotham's organized crime, ensuring that the criminals stay in power, even as Batman and Gordon work tirelessly to root them out. Joining them in the conversation is Harvey Dent, Gotham's new district attorney, a man of impeccable integrity and dedication to justice. Harvey has become a beacon of hope for Gotham, representing the best of what the city can offer, a legal force that can take down the criminals without resorting to vigilantism. Dent is determined to rid Gotham of corruption, but he is also realistic. He knows that Batman is a necessary ally in the fight against Gotham's most dangerous criminals. During their meeting, Gordon asks Dent to provide him with information about the underground banks used by the city's crime syndicates. Gordon knows that if they can get to the money, they can cripple the criminal organizations, leaving them vulnerable to further attacks. Batman has also asked Gordon to protect these funds, as they represent a vital lead in their ongoing investigation. Dent, eager to help, assures Gordon that he will comply. He tells Gordon that he too believes in Batman's mission and will do everything in his power to aid him. Dent's commitment to justice and his respect for Batman's methods are clear. In fact, Dent's rise as Gotham's district attorney is in large part due to the trust and admiration the people have for him. They believe he can do what Batman cannot, uphold the law within the confines of the legal. Meanwhile, the movie shifts focus to the criminal underworld. Several prominent crime figures are gathered in a dark, secretive location, far from the prying eyes of law enforcement. These individuals control Gotham's underground economy, and they have gathered to discuss their next move in light of the recent bank heist. Suddenly, a man appears on a video screen, addressing the assembled criminals. This man, identified as Lau, is a highly intelligent accountant who manages the finances of Gotham's criminal syndicates. Lau reveals to the group that the stolen money from the bank belonged to him, and he assures them that he has already taken steps to protect their remaining funds. The police may be planning to raid their banks, but Lau has acted quickly to move the money, ensuring that it remains out of reach. The criminals, initially reassured by Lau's words, are suddenly interrupted by the appearance of the Joker. Unlike the other criminals, the Joker does not care about money or power in the traditional sense. His motivations are far more chaotic, driven by a desire to upend Gotham's established order and create as much anarchy as possible. The Joker taunts Lau and the other criminals, telling them that their plans are futile. He warns them that Batman will eventually find them and bring them to justice. The Joker's words unsettle the criminals, as they have seen firsthand what Batman is capable of. However, they are more concerned with the Joker himself. He is unpredictable, dangerous, and has already demonstrated that he is willing to kill anyone who gets in his way. One of the criminals challenges the Joker Joker, pointing out that Batman is supposed to be the Joker's enemy. So, why hasn't the Joker killed him yet? The Joker responds in his usual unsettling manner, laughing and mocking them. He admits that Batman is indeed a formidable foe, one who has managed to take down many of Gotham's most dangerous criminals. But the Joker reveals that he doesn't want to kill Batman, at least not yet. He explains that there's no fun in killing without a reward, and the Joker's ultimate goal isn't merely to kill Batman, but to break him. The criminals, realizing that the Joker is driven by something far deeper than greed, begin to see him as a potential ally. They ask the Joker how much money he wants to kill Batman. The Joker grins, demanding half of their fortune in exchange for taking down Gotham's Dark Knight. One particularly sharp criminal, not easily intimidated, stands up and accuses the Joker of being insane. He questions why they should give the Joker half of their money when they've worked so hard to amass it. The criminal also reveals that he knows the Joker was responsible for the recent bank robbery, implying that he will exact revenge for the Joker's betrayal. In response, the Joker nonchalantly hands the criminal a card with his contact information, telling him to call whenever he's ready. With a twisted smile, the Joker walks out, leaving the criminals both terrified and in awe of his boldness. Meanwhile, back in Gotham, Batman, Gordon, and Dent continue their conversation about the underground economy and their efforts to dismantle it. They are frustrated by the criminals' ability to stay one step ahead of them, always managing to move their money before the police can raid the banks. It becomes clear that there is a mole in their midst, someone feeding information to the criminals. Their suspicions quickly turn to Lau, who has disappeared from Gotham. They realize that if they can bring Lau back to the city, they might be able to get him to reveal everything he knows about the criminal organizations and their operations. Batman, always resourceful, decides to take matters into his own hands. Using his vast resources and connections, he tracks Lau to a foreign country where the accountant is hiding under heavy security. Despite the risks, Batman infiltrates Lau's hideout and captures him, bringing him back to Gotham. Once Lau is back in Gotham, he is brought before Dent and Gordon for questioning. However, Lau is not the criminal mastermind they thought he was. He reveals that he is not the leader of the criminal organizations, but merely their accountant. His job is to manage their finances, and while he knows where the money is, he has no power over the criminals themselves. Lau does, however, offer to provide Dent and Gordon with the names and addresses of the people involved in Gotham's underground economy. This information is invaluable, and with it, Dent is able to issue warrants and arrest many of Gotham's most dangerous criminals. While Dent, Gordon, and Batman are busy rounding up criminals, the Joker remains at large. His plan to create chaos in Gotham is far from over. As the Joker's chaotic plans continue to unfold, he becomes increasingly fixated on discovering Batman's true identity. His obsession with unmasking Batman drives him to escalate his criminal activities. The Joker's methods become even more brutal and unpredictable as he starts eliminating anyone who might have information about Batman's identity. Unfazed by the threat, the Joker calmly opens his jacket, revealing several live grenades strapped to his body. He warns the criminals that if anyone tries to stop him, he will detonate the grenades, killing everyone in the room. The criminal, realizing the Joker is serious, backs down, but not before vowing to put a price on the Joker's head. $500,000 dead and $1 million alive. He tells the Joker that someone will eventually come after him for the reward. That in a particularly disturbing turn, the Joker orchestrates a series of violent attacks against ordinary citizens who are wearing Batman masks. These citizens, unwittingly or intentionally emulating the Dark Knight, become targets for the Joker's wrath. The Joker's message is clear. Anyone who dares to embody Batman's symbol will face his violent retribution. This terror campaign serves a dual purpose, furthering the Joker's quest to find Batman and spreading fear throughout Gotham. Batman, aware of the Joker's relentless pursuit and the chaos he is spreading, intensifies his efforts to uncover the Joker's plans. Batman, with his vast resources and network of informants, begins gathering intelligence on the Joker's movements and associates. However, the Joker's erratic behavior and cunning tactics make him a difficult target to pin down. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent, Gotham's district attorney, is becoming increasingly disillusioned with the situation. He is troubled by the Joker's ability to manipulate and terrorize the city, and he feels the weight of the responsibility on his shoulders. Dent's sense of justice and his desire to protect Gotham from corruption are pushed to their limits as he grapples with the Joker's growing influence. In an effort to draw out the Joker and protect the city, Batman, disguised as Bruce Wayne, Gotham's richest businessman, arranges a high-profile charity party. The event is intended to be a public relations triumph for Wayne, as well as a strategic move to lure the Joker into the open. Batman hopes that the Joker, driven by his need to confront his adversary, will attend the party and reveal himself. The guest list includes several key figures from Gotham's legal and political circles, including Harvey Dent and the police commissioner. The party is a lavish affair filled with high society and media coverage. Bruce Wayne, in his role as the wealthy businessman, plays the part of a gracious host while keeping a vigilant eye out for any sign of the Joker. During the party, Batman receives a tip-off that the Joker is on his way. Anticipating trouble, Batman takes precautions to ensure that Harvey Dent and other key guests are protected. To avoid drawing attention, Batman discreetly hides Dent, who has become a potential target for the Joker due to his prominent position as district attorney. The Joker arrives at the party and immediately begins searching for Dent. His presence creates a tense atmosphere, and the guests become increasingly uneasy. As the Joker's search intensifies, he encounters Dent's friend, who is now associated with Dent's legal team. The friend tries to intervene, but the Joker is undeterred, brandishing a gun and creating chaos in the process. At this critical moment, Batman reveals himself in his full combat gear. He intervenes to protect the guests and confronts the Joker. The confrontation is intense, with the Joker showing no fear and reveling in the chaos he has created. In a dramatic showdown, the Joker attempts to push a young woman from the building's edge, using her as leverage to force Batman into action. Batman, ever the protector, manages to save the woman, showcasing his physical prowess and quick thinking. Despite his best efforts, the Joker's actions have severe consequences. The Joker's rampage results in the death of a police officer and a judge who was to preside over the trials of the criminals arrested by Batman. The Joker's actions demonstrate his commitment to disrupting the justice system and sowing fear in Gotham. The Joker's plan reaches a new level of sophistication as he targets the mayor of Gotham. He plans to assassinate the mayor, further destabilizing the city and undermining the remaining pillars of Gotham's stability. With the help of his criminal allies, the Joker manages to orchestrate an elaborate scheme to eliminate the mayor. In a dramatic turn of events, the police officer who previously sacrificed himself to save the mayor reemerges, revealing that his apparent death was part of a ruse. The officer, still alive, rescues the mayor in a dramatic and self-sacrificial act. This twist highlights the high stakes and the lengths to which both the Joker and Batman are willing to go in their respective quests. Amid the chaos, Harvey Dent's friend, now revealed to be in grave danger, receives a warning from Dent. The friend is advised to go into hiding to avoid the Joker's wrath. However, the Joker's influence and the chaos he has caused continue to have a profound impact on Gotham's citizens and institutions. The Joker's influence extends beyond mere violence as he attempts to manipulate key figures in Gotham. One of his most significant schemes involves a moral test involving two boats, one containing ordinary citizens and the other containing criminals. The Joker has planted bombs on both boats and provides each boat with a detonator for the other boat, creating a moral dilemma. The Joker's goal is to force the passengers on each boat to make a choice: sacrifice the lives of the others to save themselves, or refuse to act and face the destruction of both boats. The Joker's plan is designed to highlight the darkness within people, testing their willingness to betray one another for survival. As the boats face imminent destruction, the passengers are faced with a critical decision. Some people consider using the detonator to save themselves, while others refuse to betray their fellow passengers. Ultimately, the people on both boats choose to uphold their humanity and refuse to activate the detonators. Their collective decision reflects a deep-seated sense of morality and compassion, despite the Joker's attempts to corrupt them. Batman arrives at the scene, confronting the Joker and preventing him from detonating the bombs. The Joker is ecstatic, reveling in the fact that his plan failed to create the chaos he desired. Despite the Joker's best efforts, the people of Gotham demonstrate their capacity for good, even in the face of extreme adversity. In a climactic twist, Harvey Dent's character arc takes a tragic turn. The Joker's manipulations have deeply affected Dent, leading him down a path of darkness. Dent's sense of justice becomes corrupted by the Joker's influence, resulting in a drastic transformation. He adopts the persona of Two-Face, a criminal mastermind driven by a twisted sense of justice and retribution. Two-Face actions are driven by a belief that Gotham's justice system has failed him. He seeks to punish those he deems deserving of retribution, often using a coin toss to decide the fate of his victims. This duality reflects his fractured psyche, a result of the Joker's psychological manipulation and the trauma he has experienced. In a tragic and dramatic turn, Two-Face captures the family of a police officer he blames for his misfortunes. He puts them in a perilous situation, intending to exact revenge and demonstrate the pain he has endured. However, Batman intervenes to prevent Two-Face from harming the police officer's family. Despite Batman's efforts, Two-Face actions result in further tragedy and loss. The confrontation with Two-Face highlights the impact of the Joker's chaos on Gotham's hero and its justice system. Batman's commitment to justice is tested as he grapples with the consequences of his actions and the Joker's influence. The film explores the complex interplay between heroism, morality, and the corrupting power of chaos. In the aftermath of the Joker's schemes and Two-Face downfall, Gotham faces a period of reckoning. The city is left to deal with the aftermath of the chaos, violence, and moral dilemmas introduced by the Joker. The Joker's plan to corrupt Gotham's heroes and citizens has had far-reaching effects, leaving a lasting impact on the city and its inhabitants. Despite the Joker's defeat and arrest, his legacy lingers. The film concludes with a somber reflection on the nature of heroism and the price of justice. Batman, despite his victories, is left to contemplate his role in Gotham's future and the impact of his actions on the city he is sworn to protect. As Gotham rebuilds and recovers from the Joker's reign of terror, the characters are left to navigate the complexities of their new reality. Batman's commitment to his mission remains unwavering, but he is forever changed by the events he has witnessed. The film ends on a poignant note, emphasizing the enduring struggle between good and evil and the ongoing quest for justice in a world marked by chaos and darkness.